वेलकम टू द चैनल नील। कैसे हो आप?
बढ़िया, ऑल गुड। आप कैसे हो अमित?
बढ़िया। सो यू कॉल योरसेल्फ सास मार्केटर। आई मीन डिजिटल मार्केटर अपने आप में ज्यादा फुल वर्ड लगता है। व्हाई डू यू कॉल योरसेल्फ सास मार्केटर?
आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर एक्सीडेंटली एज अ डिजाइनर। देन मैं डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में एंट्री मारा, वेयर आई वाज इनटू परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग। देन आई डिड सम पार्ट्स ऑफ organic SEO content that happened for like 3-4 years, and then I discovered this industry called like B2B or software as a service or SaaS. So everything that you do, starting from मेरा ad का creative में क्या होना चाहिए, टू माई ईमेल के कॉपी में क्या होना चाहिए, टू माई सिग्नेचर का लिंक में क्या होना चाहिए, एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू थिंक अ लॉट बिफोर यू डू इट. So if I were to say it in short, like a SaaS marketer is not a digital marketer. A SaaS marketer in a lot of cases is a digital marketer plus B2B और SaaS experience.
मैं तो इस तरह से रख सकता हूँ कि डिजिटल मार्केटिंग वर्ड में ऐसे ही कस्टमर पकड़ना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है। एटलीस्ट क्लाइंट जो ये समझते हैं। और सास मार्केटिंग में एक कस्टमर को सिर्फ पकड़ना नहीं, उसे पकड़ के रखना है, बिकॉज यू नीड टू बिल हिम एवरी मंथ, हिम और हर, राइट? सो आई थिंक दिस इज मच टफर एंड यू वेंट फ्रॉम क्रिएटिव टू परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग टू सास मार्केटिंग। नाउ माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज कि अगर इस वीडियो को अभी कोई डिजिटल मार्केटर देख रहे हैं, यंग डिजिटल मार्केटर, वो अपने अंदर वो कौन सी क्वालिटीज देखें, किस टाइप की क्वालिटीज उनके अंदर होनी चाहिए, या किस टाइप की स्किल्स उनको डेवलप करनी चाहिए ताकि वो भी सास मार्केटिंग में जा सकें, कल को फ्रेश वर्क या ज़ोहो में जॉब ले सकें?
There are two parts to it. The first part is if someone is starting afresh versus someone who is already in digital marketing. If someone is starting afresh, then I would honestly say the fastest way to B2B or SaaS marketing entry is getting into product marketing. If someone is already in digital marketing, either I'm doing SEO and I'm getting in organic demand.
Yeah.
The other side of it, if I'm looking at social, right? If I'm into say social media marketing, I'm also bringing in demand and some levels of influence, maybe a little bit long term. If I'm say running ads, right, then I'm very focused on certain channels.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing in specific demand. If I'm a digital marketer in any of these segments, I can get into a SaaS marketing company as a digital marketer to begin with. So if there's a digital marketer right now, a person like that can then move into an SEO role within a SaaS company as well. In a SaaS company, right, when you're selling a particular software, that software might have a monthly pay out of say $20, for example. Another software can have a monthly payout of $500. The one which has a monthly payout of $20, it is most likely a licensed or a seat-based software. Now the point is, for a business to actually shell out $400 for a new tool, they will not just buy it off the fly. Like for example, if you are planning to buy furniture, expensive furniture, you won't buy like a sofa set from Pepperfry for 1.5 lakhs randomly.
Yeah.
Right? आप वो नहीं करोगे. T-shirt एक अच्छा दिखा, ठीक है, 599, I buy it.
Yeah.
But you will not do it with furniture. So if someone was doing SEO, that person can't just think about, अच्छा ठीक है, मैं blogs लिखूंगा, traffic आएगा, website में traffic बढ़ता रहेगा, right? And the larger the amount of traffic, the better it is. B2B or SaaS is a game where less is sometimes more.
Yeah. So it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. It's not about speed, it's about stamina. How continuously you can keep doing that. Great. So Neil, I know personally that you have been part of so many successful companies. So मैं मुद्दे की बात पे आ जाता हूँ. जिस दिन फंडिंग आ जाती है, उस दिन कैसा माहौल होता है, अंदर कैसा मूड होता है, and what are the कुछ सक्सेस स्टोरी से रिलेटेड चीजें अगर आप शेयर कर पाओ?
In any SaaS company or any B2B company ना, ये जो फंडिंग का पूरा ये जो न्यूज है, what we try to do is we try to make it like as celebratory as possible, but with an angle where there can be some potential customers or prospects that come in. So उसके लिए we have different sets of strategies around it, talking to PR agencies, telling them that okay, we are getting some funding. Lot of times PR agencies or people in your network will reach out as well. और फैल जाती है. It has an insane, I would say, positive impact on the team. Right? On one side, like the team now knows, yaar, we just got like 8 million, 10 million, 5 million, or even seed, like $150,000 in funding, for example, right?
Yeah.
What that means is ki next 12 to 18 months, you have some runway and your business is not going to shut down. The other thing is that the company now has new goals. तो तब नए channels खुलते हैं, ads के budgets बढ़ते हैं, लोग को hire करो, team बड़ा करो, ये सब चीजें होता रहता है उसके बाद. So in short, it is a blessing, but it comes with its own set of
a lot of work.
Conditions. well एकदम.
सो नील, वेल फंडेड प्रोडक्ट्स के बारे में हम सब लोग थोड़ा सा प्रेजुडिस हो जाते हैं कई बार, क्योंकि यू हैव $8 million का अगर किसी प्रोडक्ट के पास फंडिंग है तो थोड़ा सा चीजें आसान हो जाती है ना. आप दीवार के ऊपर भी अगर पैसा फेंक के मारो तो दीवार अच्छी लगनी शुरू हो जाती है. सो लेट्स से कि हमारी ऑडियंस में से किसी के पास एक अपना फ्री प्रोडक्ट है, राइट. दे आर जस्ट पैशनेट अबाउट वन आइडिया और वो उसको कल्टिवेट करना चाहते हैं प्रोडक्ट के लिए. तो आपने कभी मे बी कभी अपने खुद के शौक के लिए हॉबी में कोई एक साइड प्रोडक्ट ऐसा बनाया हो जो एब्सोल्युटली फ्री है और उसकी मार्केटिंग करने का सीन कैसा रहता है? थोड़ा पिक्चर अगर आप दिखा पाओ हमें तो.
So I was working in this company called LifeSite. So LifeSite had a product which was basically selling email and SMS software. So this is our paid product at that point. Now we just launched our paid product in 2022 अक्टूबर नवंबर में बीटा रिलीज हुआ था और 2023 में फरवरी में we launched it on Shopify. When we launched this product, at that time what was happening was that we had done some initial customer interviews, reached out to some people within our networks, etc. Got in a few brands. ठीक है, so this is basically the first 10 customers वाला angle. And we were like कि भाई ये तो ठीक है, लोग आ रहे हैं, but how do we get more people to try this product out? So we had called this product Moda, MODA. Now it is acquired by LifeSite. Now we were thinking a lot and we were like कि अच्छा चलो SEO angle से चीजें करते हैं. But we were like कि भाई SEO में तो it will take time because Moda itself was a new domain. We need some heavy but very relevant demand coming into it. And at that time, ChatGPT was just going mainstream. It was like 4 or 5 months in. And we started thinking in that angle. Okay, so it was me and 2 other product marketers in my team. And 3 of us, we were like, yaar, ek free product bana do. On the internet, we scavenged across Twitter, Reddit, sab jagah. And everyone we saw, some people or the other, they are selling 50 prompt ideas on subject line, 50 prompt ideas on email design. E-commerce specific industry के लिए, no one has created a prompt library. So we were like कि चलो एक prompt library बनाते हैं और उसमें landing page में we basically put it there. And then we started thinking more and more and we were like यार let's create a prompt engineering backend on Excel. So Excel में we created this kind of a table. Excel के साथ ChatGPT को connect किया and we started looking at the outputs. So this tool at that time in Excel was capable of generating around 2 million plus prompts. Now we were like कि अच्छा ठीक है ये तो Excel में तो सही है but इसको बेचने के लिए तो Excel में नहीं होगा. So then we started thinking about the landing page. We were like कि अच्छा ठीक है ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसा एक UI होगा जहाँ पे एक section होगा where if you are a brand then you basically enter your category, subcategory and उसके बाद we were like कि अच्छा ठीक है across e-commerce industry there are say 20 to 25 different types of content that you need to write. Maybe on a product description page, right? Maybe on an email, maybe on a social media ad. You select which one you want and then you basically put in your keywords and then you hit enter. And what we did was we added a ChatGPT plugin inside the interface itself. So no one has to go anywhere. तो उससे क्या होता था? They click on submit, the prompt would get generated and they click on like generate answer, then वहाँ पे answer generate हो जाता था. We want to push it out to different influencers in different categories, but we were like, we need one strong launch. So usi time pe we were like, yaar, Product Hunt makes sense, right? Yeah. So for all viewers who are looking at this, right, Product Hunt is probably one of those very established communities.
Yes.
Jahan pe you can launch your product. It is a huge favorite of SaaS and B2B players.
Absolutely.
But it is also a huge favorite in AI. LinkedIn में promote करना. Promoting in other different communities, we went like crazy. मतलब Facebook group से लेके चालू करके, WhatsApp group से लेके चालू करके, Telegram group से लेके चालू करके, सब जगह we started promoting on the day of the launch.
Okay.
So across the next 3 to 4 months, what we did was जितने भी prompts हम लोग generate कर रहे थे, we started making category pages of that.
Okay.
One angle. Second angle, we started contacting all of those people क्योंकि हम लोग ने research किए थे कि who are those people in e-commerce who are talking about ChatGPT. We contacted all of these and we were like, यार ये free tool है, आपके network को please give it, they will really enjoy it. Then every day we started seeing that ecommerceprompts.com is getting picked up by some PR agency, some article here, some article there.
Yeah.
Organic say things were going up, right?
Yeah.
3 months later, ecommerceprompts.com had around 100,000 organic sessions.
Yeah. Great.
On the website.
In fact, थोड़ा सा कैटेगरी का भी डिफरेंस आता है because someone who is generating prompts for e-commerce website, they are already serious about business and they don't प्ले अराउंड, इधर उधर की फालतू फेक ईमेल आईडीज वगैरह नहीं देते, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट साइनिंग अप फॉर सम कूपन्स, दे आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग देयर.
Exactly, right? So the good thing was that when we saw that ठीक है 100,000 hits आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, and then we were like 5,000 plus leads have come in, right? We started pushing these people to our paid product as well. So what did we do? We created some email drips हम लोग भेजते थे, ठीक है, prompts angle से generally भेजते थे कि these are some new prompts that you can try out, और उसमें हम लोग मोडा का banners भी भेजते थे उसके साथ. And from there we started seeing signups coming up into Moda as well. So yeah, this is in short like a free product creation and its value.
So Neil, ये तो था एक फ्री प्रोडक्ट के लिए फनल, लेकिन if I come to the main point, अगर हमारा कोई प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट है, प्रीमियम सास प्रोडक्ट है जिसकी मार्केटिंग मुझे करनी है, उसके लिए फनल कैसा लगेगा, कैसे बनाएंगे आप, या कैसे हमारे कोई व्यूअर है अगर बनाना चाहते हैं अपने प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट के लिए एक सेल्स फनल, तो कैसे बनाएंगे?
तो before you even start thinking of the funnel, right? If you are thinking about a B2B SaaS product, right? तो पहली बात तो ये कि what is the price point of your product?
Yeah,
that's the first thing I start with. Everything
Absolutely.
starts from there. ठीक है कि how expensive is it? When you have a product and you want to basically get an audience, you need to first understand कि ये प्रोडक्ट या प्रोडक्ट का नीड कौन से ज्योग्राफी में है, कौन से टाइप ऑफ बिजनेसेस मेरा ये प्रोडक्ट लेंगे. यू नीड टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड हु इज योर बायर, हाउ बिग इज योर मार्केट साइज, which geographies does it make sense, right? Do you need to demo the product and then sales converts it, or is it a product that is something where people just check it out and they get into a free trial and then they convert automatically? Sales आता तो है ही बाद में, but at what stage do they come? So once you've identified these things, then you start thinking about the funnel. But the only advice I would probably give at this point to people is कि choose your channels wisely. That's what I would say. तो point ये है कि you have certain bets जो short term bets है, then you have certain bets which are mid term, and then you have long term bets. Figure out those channels at the top of the funnel जो आपको short term, mid term, long term gains देंगे, and then you start optimizing them. So yeah, I think that in short would be how I would think about funnel marketing.
And I think इसका टेक अवे ये भी है कि अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट किसी ऐसी कैटेगरी में जहां पर ऑलरेडी जाइंट्स अवेलेबल हैं एंड इट्स अ वेरी पॉपुलर निश, तो आपको उतना ही ज्यादा एड के ऊपर या स्पॉन्सर्ड एडवर्टाइजिंग के ऊपर काफी फोकस करना पड़ेगा. बट इफ यू आर क्रिएटिंग अ न्यू निश फॉर योरसेल्फ, अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट अपनी कैटेगरी में नया है या पहला है, तो आप ऑर्गेनिक ट्रैफिक के थ्रू या विदाउट स्पेंडिंग टू मच मनी ऑन एडवर्टाइजिंग यू कैन बी सक्सेसफुल. Am I right?
यार तो अमित, this is very interesting point. So in the industry, we call it blue ocean versus red ocean space. So blue ocean मतलब there is hardly any competition because you have created a new category. You have figured out a new problem which people were either doing it manually or they were doing it via Excels, but you have automated it at some level. So it's a blue ocean space. Red ocean space तो सबको पता ही है, जहाँ पे there are so many giants, so many people, everyone is competing for market share. Red ocean space सबको पता होता है. But blue ocean space में the interesting thing is कि blue ocean space is a very tough market to crack. Because first of all, अभी sitting in 2024, there are hardly any blue ocean spaces in the market. But if you have found it, right? If you have found it, then challenge is very high to market that product because there is no concept of demand. You won't believe this. Franchisees in the US, even in 2020, when they manage their automations, like for example, मान लो कि McDonald's नहीं, but McDonald's के कोई competitor local में, ठीक है, who have like say 10 to 15 franchises across 3 cities. Now, in each of their franchisee location, they have a franchisee manager. और ये franchisee manager का अंदर there are some 7-8 people. Now, all of them have different things that they need to do. You won't believe this. In 2020 also, all of these franchisee locations were using pen and paper to manage their automations, operations. There was no automation. Maximum automation we saw was Apple Notes and Excel. And this was after talking to like some 50-60 plus franchises. Matlab this industry or this part of this industry is kind of, locked in time. In the US, compliance is so strict that franchisee owners, out of fear, will make sure that their operations are happening as they should be. Otherwise, they get fined, penalized severely. So we saw that there was a lot of volume for things like FDA, HIPAA, and all of these with respect to franchisees. वो सारे keywords निकाले, उस पे we started making guides and content. वहां से फिर ट्रैफिक आना चालू हुआ.
This was great insight, Neil. So एक इसी से जुड़ा हुआ मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि लेट्स से हमारी ऑडियंस में से किसी के पास अपना नया प्रोडक्ट है, SaaS प्रोडक्ट है, और वो उसे ग्रो करना चाहते हैं. So ये 0 कस्टमर से 10 कस्टमर की और 10 कस्टमर से 100 कस्टमर्स की जो जर्नी है, ये कैसी लगती है? कैसे, if you can just quickly summarize this?
The first 10 customers, right?
Yeah.
And if you want the first 10 customers, you need to have some sort of a crazy differentiator. Something like what, say, generative AI can bring in, for example, which no one else has or no one else can build ASAP. That's your IP. वो बहुत rare case होता है. पहले 10 कस्टमर होते हैं ना, like forget about them paying. The first thing is, are they ready to invest their time? So which is where in a lot of cases free trials come into the picture. The cases where I've seen the first 10 or the first 20 is basically through your existing network and networks of networks, where you have, say, your founders, or you have certain team people who have certain connections in certain communities or groups. It can be in Slack channels, it can be here, there, anywhere. But basically getting some relevant people to try out your new product. तो ये जो आपका first 10 customers का ये जो email outreach या फिर founder led outreach on LinkedIn, ये जो है ना, this is like level 1. Okay. Level 2 वाला जो है is when you actually do cold email outreach in bulk. A lot of people said in 2023 emailing is dead, this is dead, that is dead. In the last 3 to 4 companies where I have seen the first 100, right? The current company where I'm working in, we just crossed 100. Email has given us, at least in this company, 90% of our demand gen funnel. But point is ki in your first 100 customers, sirf email se nahi hoga. Email to is one angle of it. The other angle of it is basically doing this thing called ABM, or account-based marketing. So if you look at the industry, if you ask anyone, ABM is very expensive. So there is another way of doing it, where you select a specific set of channels, like LinkedIn, for example, where you connect with people on LinkedIn, and then you basically send the same email drip, but on LinkedIn after connection. So that is one angle. Now, there are these X number of people whom you are emailing, whom you are also sending on LinkedIn. Now, these companies and these email IDs that you have, that is an audience that has gotten created. And we all know that we can run remarketing ads on custom audiences. So in the first 100 का जो scene है, remarketing on paid marketing, right? Be it on Google में आप remarketing कर रहे हो, या Facebook में आप remarketing कर रहे हो, ठीक है? In a lot of cases we have seen some impact on Facebook, but in B2B it is majorly LinkedIn. LinkedIn में आप remarketing कर रहे हो. तो point ये है कि when you are running it on remarketing ads, you're not spending a lot of money, and it adds to your funnel because those same people who were not opening your emails are now opening your email because there's a resonance. There's a call. कि अच्छा मैंने उसका ad देखा था. The same people who are opening your emails are probably now clicking and going forward and booking a demo. So it basically creates a push. Now, while you do these two things, these will help you immediately in your first 100 customers. But apart from this, the other thing which you need to start in your first 10 customers only is long-term content strategy. Because SEO will take time, especially if you're in a red ocean space. To get that first 15-20,000 hits a month takes anywhere between 6 to 9 to 12 months. If you're doing it in like 6 to 9 months, then you have done insanely well. That might not give you immediate impact in your first 100, but as you are crossing 50 to 60 customers, you will start seeing the last 30-40 have high interaction with your blogs, with your content pieces, and all of that. In the first 100, the top of the funnel is most important. Ki demand la rahe ho aap. So point is ki in the first 10 and then 10 to 100, the demand gen piece is very, very important, and website is also important, but your customer interviews should give you intel on your website. And a lot of people have asked me this, ki yaar, magic number kya hai? For me to get towards that 100 customer number, what is like one number that if I get that, I know that I am going towards 100 customers. So ये SaaS में ये जो magic number है, the number that I have seen is basically demos. If you have a situation where you are having anywhere between 3 to 5 demos every 2 days or even every day, you are set in that 100 customer math. That's the math. There are a lot of things there, but ये एक number है. Like if you are having one demo a day, right, you are hitting your number towards 40 to 50 in the next few months. If you are hitting 3 to 4 demos a day, right, on weekdays, you are in the next 3 to 4 months hitting your 100 customers for sure.
नील, आई नो आप बहुत कामली बता रहे हो, बट इट ऑल साउंड्स वेरी एक्साइटिंग। एंड बिजनेस फ्रंट पर जहां पर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रोडक्ट्स जिनकी वैल्यू, जिनकी ईयरली साइन अप, जिनकी वैल्यू थाउजेंड्स ऑफ डॉलर्स में है, ये सारी चीजें बहुत एक्साइटिंग एंड हाई स्टेक हो जाती हैं। नाउ नील, आपने एक बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी थोड़ी देर पहले इस वीडियो की शुरुआत में कि इंडिया जो है वो एक तरह से सास कैपिटल है। हमारे पास बहुत सारे ऐसे ब्रांड हैं, ऐसे ब्रांड नेम है जो इंडिया में या तो यहाँ से फाउंड किए गए थे या फिर यहाँ से रन हो रहे हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल जोहो, फ्रेशवर्क का आपने नाम लिया, जोहो भी अपने आप में एक जाइंट है इस इंडस्ट्री का। सो लेट्स से कि हमारी सारी बातों से कोई इंस्पायर होकर सास मार्केटिंग में जाना चाहता है, आपके हिसाब से, बिकॉज यू आर ऑलरेडी इन दिस इंडस्ट्री फॉर सो लॉन्ग टाइम, ये इंडस्ट्री कैसे डेवलप हुई आपके सामने और इसका फ्यूचर कैसा लग रहा है आपको नेक्स्ट लेट्स से 10-15 इयर्स में, कंसीडरिंग द फैक्ट कि ये एआई वाला टाइम है। सो इस एआई वाले टाइम में क्या ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कहीं सास की जरूरत कम हो जाएगी, ज्यादा हो जाएगी? व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन इट?
So Amit, I have seen SaaS develop in front of my eyes since like I think what 2014-15. I was still working in the agency, but I saw certain companies springing up in Bangalore initially, then Chennai, then this, then that, and now in the last I think what 3 to 4 years, SaaS has boomed a lot. I think what makes best sense is to probably look at some numbers and see where this industry is really heading. So SaaS at the end of the day is what? Software as a service. तो software का जो spends है उसका direct correlation है कि SaaS कितना बिकेगा, सिंपल सी बात। एंड 2024 में दिस स्पेंड ऑन सॉफ्टवेयर इज सपोज टू हिट $1 trillion. So just to give you some perspective, the SaaS market globally at the end of 2023 I think was around $240 billion के आसपास. And while we are saying that like India is one of the giants, right? At the end of the day, 2 to 5% market share is what Indian SaaS companies have in the global level in terms of revenue. But the only difference is India में जो है वो बाकी जगह पे नहीं है, which is really intelligent people who are building products, marketing product, right, and giving support to products at a cost which is efficient. The advantage that India has, which is unparalleled in the globe at this point, is the quality of people who are building the software, the quality of the people who are marketing the software, the quality of people who are giving support to the software. All of these coming at salaries and basically company costs, which are way more cheaper than what happens in the US. So this is something very exciting that I wanted to also tell the viewers here कि last 3-4 साल में जब से कोविड हिट हुआ है उसके बाद रिमोट वर्किंग जैसे एक्सपैंड हुआ है, you will not believe the number of companies which are not even India based, which are SaaS in Europe, English speaking, SaaS in the US, SaaS in say places like Israel, for example, and they are hiring people from India. But point ये कि by 2030 the Indian SaaS ecosystem is supposed to hit around 70 billion in revenue, not valuation. So that's where we stand. If we look at these numbers, they tell the truth. Like this is a growing market and it will only grow more because like that automation aspect has kind of happened. Last 4-5 years, all the companies have sold all the possible automation softwares. Now it is coming to next level where like AI and all comes into the picture.
In fact, digital marketing में बहुत सारे ऐसे टूल हैं जो इंडिया बेस्ड हैं या मे बी बाहर बेस्ड हैं, बट जो टीम है उनकी वो कम्प्लीटली एब्सोल्युटली ऑनलाइन है। उसमें बहुत सारे वर्कर्स, बहुत सारे एग्जीक्यूटिव मार्केटिंग रोल में हो या एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रोल में हो, वो सारे के सारे इंडिया से ओरिजिनेट करते हैं। Now,
exactly.
I know that apart from being a marketer, आप एजुकेटर भी रहे हो। आपने अपग्रेड के साथ में बहुत पहले, मतलब आई थिंक वे बिफोर मी, आपने कोर्सेज भी रन किए हैं एंड ओवर आई थिंक 1,500 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स को आपने पढ़ाया भी है। नाउ अभी तक हम लोग पैसे की बात कर रहे थे, मार्केटिंग रेवेन्यू की बात कर रहे थे फॉर फाउंडर्स, फॉर कंपनीज, बट लेट्स से जो स्टूडेंट है, राइट, वो जो अभी इस फील्ड में आया हुआ है या काम कर रहा है, वो मे बी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग रोल में है, एसईओ एग्जीक्यूटिव के रोल में है या परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग रोल में हो, हाउ डू यू सी देयर सैलरीज? आई मीन राइट नाउ 2024 में राइट नाउ सैलरीज का क्या सीन है? एंड स्पेशली आप बैंगलोर में हो, तो अगर आप, बिकॉज आपने मुंबई में भी काम किया हुआ है, आपने बैंगलोर में भी काम किया हुआ है, तो हाउ डू यू सी द सैलरी पिक्चर ग्रोइंग एंड वेयर इट इज राइट नाउ?
I have worked in B2C as well as B2B. The same role in B2C gets paid a little less than in B2B. If we look at different types of roles, right? So I think one thing that we also need to talk about is a very specialized role in SaaS, which is product marketing.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little later about that. But when it comes to say like product marketing, I have seen people with anywhere between 1.5 to 2 years of experience getting into their first product marketing role at anywhere between 9 to 10 lakhs per annum. It could be as high as 14 lakhs per annum with say 2 to 3 years of experience.
Yeah.
And by the time you are like at 5, 6 years of experience, you can expect something like 24, 25. So that is say product marketing. For performance marketing, I think anywhere like starting at like say 12 to 24, 25, 27 tak bhi ja sakta hai. It can even go till 30 depending on the scale, 30 lakhs per annum, right? But in terms of years of experience, anywhere between 3, 4 years of experience to
Yeah.
like 8, 9 years of experience. If you look at the organic side, when we are looking at SEO, there I think it starts roughly between 9 to 10 lakhs per annum, right? For someone who has say 3 to 4 years of experience, and for like 8 to 9 years of experience tak, the salaries can go as high as I think 25, 28. One thing that I want to mention here is in B2B, like I said, you get paid a little more. But if you notice, when I was talking about the different roles, ठीक है, product marketer is a very new role. तो उसमें there aren't a lot of people who are coming into the role with 3, 4 years of experience.
Yes.
वहाँ पे 1.5 2 साल का एक्सपीरियंस से लोग घुस जाते हैं क्योंकि उतना एक्सपीरियंस पुल है ही नहीं मार्केट में. ये नया रोल है.
Yeah.
सोशल मीडिया का भी बाय द वे इट इज ऑन अ वेरी सिमिलर स्केल,
Yeah.
राइट? Anywhere between 8 to 20, 22 LPA
Yeah.
for like 4 to 7, 8 years. So if you look at SEO, if you look at paid ads, if you look at social media, यहाँ पे because industry में like there are more people, there are more experienced people, तो वहाँ पे the salary bracket also plays a role, but your number of years of experience. For a lot of B2B companies, I've seen entry point ही होता है 3, 4, like 3 years, 4 years,
Yes.
because there are people who have already worked in different places. But this is keeping in mind that they have not worked in B2B. ये salaries मैंने जो अभी आपको बताया, this is keeping in mind that they haven't worked in B2B. If there is a person who has, say for example, someone who's running ads in an agency, उसने 1-1.5 साल चलाया ads in an agency, and he gets into a B2B company where he's running ads, and he's done it for like say 1 year, 1.5 year. उसका total experience हुआ 3 साल का, B2B का experience हुआ 1.5 साल का.
Yeah.
अब वो 3 साल का experience में he can join a new B2B brand, maybe a bigger one, at say 14-15 LPA आराम से.
हम लोग को लाड प्यार से नहीं पाला जाता. डिजिटल मार्केटर्स को पहले से ही जो है वो ठोक पीट के पाला जाता है. तो वी आर वेरी मच हैबिचुअल. नील, इस चैनल पर पता है आपको हमारी ऑडियंस को सबसे ज्यादा चीज क्या अच्छी लगती है? एक न्यू वर्ड. अभी तक आपने बात की डिजिटल मार्केटर के बारे में, परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटर के बारे में. नाउ यू हैव गिवन अस अ न्यू वर्ड, प्रोडक्ट मार्केटर. तो व्हाट इज अ प्रोडक्ट मार्केटर एक्चुअली?
तो यार प्रोडक्ट मार्केटर चाहिए क्यों, वो पॉइंट है ना. क्योंकि अभी इफ यू गो एंड चेक आउट ऑन लिंक्डइन, right, go through all the different SaaS companies, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 marketing roles will be product marketing. You can quote me on this. Now, if you look at any SaaS or software company, it is dealing with a very complex, challenging set of problems and giving a solution. A lot of times it can be very technical, but a lot of times it can not be that technical, but it could be very intricate. And then it also depends on whom are you selling your product to. Are you selling it to marketers who know all the bullshit that you can give? Are you selling to salespeople who can see everything through and through?
Yeah.
Are you selling it to founders who are probably everything? Product marketing came into the picture, no, because a lot of founders and a lot of core like initial members
Yeah.
in their company started realizing कि यार मैं जब डिजिटल मार्केटर हायर कर रहा हूँ, डिजिटल मार्केटर तो उसका काम में तो बहुत तगड़ा है.
Yeah.
उसको पता है एड्स कैसे चलाना, उसको पता है ट्रैफिक कैसे लाना, उसको पता है ये कैसे हो रहा है, वो कैसे हो रहा है. बट यार जब वो ट्रैफिक आ रहा है ना, उसके बाद वो ट्रैफिक के साथ क्या करना है वो उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा. वो उससे वो काम नहीं हो रहा अभी. और वो पॉइंट ऑफ ट्रैफिक टू जब वो सेल्स के पास जाता है, उसमें काफी गैप है. और वो गैप कहाँ है? वो गैप है कि भाई वेबसाइट में आप आ रहे हो, एक बार नहीं मल्टीपल टाइम्स. पहले आप आ रहे हो, कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, निकल रहे हो. फिर रीमार्केटिंग एड से आ रहे हो, मे बी यू आर डाउनलोडिंग अ कंटेंट पीस, आपका लीड आ गया उसके अंदर, बट उधर से सेल्स के पास कैसे जाए और वो डेमो के हिसाब से कैसे जाए. सो दैट्स व्हेन द न्यू टर्म स्टार्टेड गेटिंग कॉइन्ड, अ प्रोडक्ट मार्केटर. A marketer who first understands the product that they are selling, which is essentially मैं इसको position कैसे करूं. अगर आप एक लैंडिंग पेज बना रहे हो, वेबसाइट का कोई भी कंटेंट बना रहे हो, उससे आपने प्रोडक्ट को कितना अच्छे से समझा है खुद, so that you can understand कि भाई जो प्रोडक्ट एक्चुअली खरीद रहा है
Yeah.
उसके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, उसके दिमाग पे अंदर घुस के उधर से फिर बाहर आके देन यू हैव टू डिजाइन, बी इट द लैंडिंग पेज, बी इट द वेबसाइट, बी इट द ईमेल्स, बी इट द एड कॉपी, बी इट द सोशल मीडिया कैलेंडर कि ये थीम्स पे ये वीडियोस जाना चाहिए, बी इट दीज resources of say like free tutorials or say product videos. From all of that insight of understanding the customer, you then reverse engineer and you position your website and your web presence so that when people who know how to run demand gen, they are bringing traffic onto your website.
Yeah.
Right, you can then a convert them into demos, b if not demos, take their email IDs, convert them into a lead, and then nurture leads over a period of time via email nurturing. So ऐसे ऐसे ही धीरे धीरे चालू हुआ प्रोडक्ट मार्केटिंग.
सुनील, फिर एक किसी डिजिटल मार्केटर को हम किस कंडीशन में, किस टाइप की वेदर कंडीशन में स्टोर करें कि वो प्रोडक्ट मार्केटर में कन्वर्ट हो जाए?
सही क्वेश्चन है यार. तो आई थिंक कोई भी कंडीशन का डिजिटल मार्केटर कैन become a product marketer. That's the reality of it. I have seen people who were running ads who now run ads, also look at landing pages, also manage websites,
Yeah.
and who have become product marketers to team leads of product marketers,
Yeah.
to digital heads of the entire team. I've seen that kind of a transition. I have seen people who started off with social media, with posts, with calendars, then building influence, right, through influencers, groups, communities, and from there I've seen like evangelists जो होते हैं.
Yeah.
Because SaaS और B2B में ना evangelism का एक बहुत बड़ा सा एक concept है. So evangelism जो होता है, so social media marketers then become evangelists.
Yeah.
And from that segue also you can become a product marketer. The third part is even someone with SEO skills, and
Yeah.
especially someone with SEO skills, can still become good at product marketing. Let me tell you a secret. Every digital marketer thinks that they don't have this, but
Yeah.
they do have it. Number one is copy, और number two is some level of design sense. Copy जो है, आप जब ad चला रहे हो, आपको ad copy लिखना पड़ता है. The same way when you're writing website copy अलग है.
Yeah.
But if you become good at writing copy, right, and if you don't shy away कि नहीं भाई, I am only a numbers person, I don't like copy, then it's tough if you want to get into product marketing. Because product marketing involves a lot of decently good amount of writing. So if I look at all the aspects of digital, social, ads, SEO, email, ये चार टॉप पकड़ रहा हूँ, ठीक है, who is bringing in demand. If you think about it, when you create an ad, you have to think about copy. If it is a display ad, you have to think about copy plus the image. If you are an SEO, you are thinking about building 100 pages and then you are thinking about one master page which is a pillar page, giving all of that juice back.
Yeah.
तो आप जब पिलर पेज सोचते हो, पिलर पेज का तो एक UI सोचते हो आप, यहाँ पे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर क्या होगा, राइट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर क्या होगा, ये वो सब, राइट. So even in SEO, you are thinking some aspect of information architecture. Basically, मेरा copy और मेरा images एक साथ कैसे बैठेगा. Social media में when you are say writing a post on Facebook versus when you are creating a reel on Instagram,
Yeah.
versus when you are writing a series of posts on LinkedIn, for example, every moment you think, अच्छा, what is the hook? What is the first 5 lines which will get people? उसके बाद what should we like? How should I convey this? Right? तो उसमें copy तो आता ही है. But उसके साथ आप जो पोस्ट का सीरीज कर रहे हो, ठीक है, या फिर लंबा सा पोस्ट करो तो उसके अंदर एक इमेज है, उसके साथ एक अटैचमेंट है, या उसके साथ 5-6 पेजेस का रोलर है लिंक्डइन में, फॉर एग्जांपल, ऑफ इमेजेस. देयर आल्सो यू आर थिंकिंग अबाउट व्हाट? इंफॉर्मेशन आर्किटेक्चर. एंड ऑल ऑफ दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स अ डिजिटल मार्केटर ऑलरेडी हैज. नथिंग न्यू. इट्स नॉट लाइक कोडिंग सीखना पड़ेगा.
अनिल, बिफोर आप मुझे इशारा करो कि मेरा टाइम ओवर हो गया है, कैन यू टेल मी कि अगर किसी का अभी उनका सास प्रोडक्ट है या अपने प्रोडक्ट की मार्केटिंग के लिए आपसे इनसाइट लेना चाहते हैं, या फिर अभी कोई स्टूडेंट है, कोई प्रोफेशनल है, आपसे थोड़ा सा कैरियर के बारे में अगर गाइडेंस लेना चाहते हैं, तो हाउ कैन दे कांटेक्ट यू? व्हाट इज द बेस्ट वे टू कांटेक्ट यू एंड विल यू रिप्लाई?
I have some folks who like I regularly mentor, and on LinkedIn also I accept people. Like, yeah, I have a pretty big audience on LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean that I don't reply. So if the right person wants to connect with me and if they have the right questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
So
LinkedIn page
का URL मैं आपको नीचे इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में एंटर कर दूंगा, ताकि लोगों के पास, इनके पास पिन पॉइंटेड क्वेश्चंस हैं, शार्प क्वेश्चंस हैं, वो नील की तरफ फेंक के मार सकते हैं, नील विल डॉज एंड रिप्लाई बैक. थैंक यू सो मच नील, दिस वाज रियली इंटरेस्टिंग एंड एक ऐसा फील्ड, एक ऐसा निश जिसके बारे में बहुत ज्यादा लोग बातें नहीं करते हैं या उनको पता नहीं है, उस बारे में बात करने के लिए थैंक यू सो मच। एंड स्पेशली आई आई वांट टू थैंक, बिकॉज कई बार इस फील्ड में जो नए अभी स्टूडेंट हैं, जो नए प्रैक्टिशनर हैं, उनको थोड़ा सा डाउट रहता है कि यार मेरे पास कैरियर के ऑप्शन बहुत कम हैं, आई कैन डू एसईओ, आई कैन डू मे बी पीपीसी की एजेंसीज में काम कर सकता हूँ, बट उसके अलावा मैं कहाँ जाऊँ? So I think what you have told gives too many career options, and जो एजेंसीज हैं, SaaS एजेंसीज हैं या SaaS कंपनीज हैं, इनमें कैरियर ऑप्शन है, इंडिया के अंदर है, इनफैक्ट इंडिया से बाहर की जो कंपनीज है वहां पर भी काम करने के ऑप्शंस हैं, तो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर एंडलेस। थैंक यू नील, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग हियर and talking to us and giving us so many insights.
Awesome, Amit. I had like a blast at this talk. Talking about SaaS, talking about B2B marketing is something that I always wanted to do, because I honestly feel privileged that I was at the right place at the right time
Yeah.
when the SaaS boom was happening. We want more people in our vicinity to actually understand the concept so that they can actually dive into this, because this is a very exciting career opportunity.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
जितने talented youngsters आएंगे उतना ही ज्यादा ये field grow होगा. As you said, India is going to be the hub capital of SaaS agencies, SaaS products, SaaS working professionals. जितने ज्यादा talented लोग जाएंगे उतना ज्यादा ये field grow करेगा. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
once again, Neil.
Thank you, Amit. Pleasure talking to you.